Hi, it's me, Silver the Whack. Is this working? Yeah, probably. So today I have a different mug. The coffee is at holding temperature, so I don't need the cozy at the moment. I put the other one aside for now because I felt like using this one. It was a gift from a good friend of mine from Singapore. Um, and it features lemongrab saying unacceptable, and then you take a sip, and on the other side it says acceptable. It feels like a very millennial thing. Not really, I mean, is Adventure Time really millennial? I'm not sure. But, let me pause a second. I'm back. Okay. Uh, Acceptable. Hmm. And I know. Ugh. No time has passed. But time has definitely passed. The coffee is almost cold. Let me sip it, or rather drink it real quick. Um, I will say that I opened Tumblr. I didn't open my messages, and I'm sorry. I also accepted a friend request on Discord, and I'm assuming it's the same lovely person I was speaking to, and this message I saw in passage, and then I got distracted and didn't reply. I'm sorry about that. By the way, I will reply. Actually, might do it right now before I forget. Uh, da, da, da. Okay. Oh my god, yes. I'm replying to this. I hope that you're watching this. I am replying to this on camera as a bit of a tangent since these videos are unscripted and are just vlogs. But the jobs that I've been applying for, most of them are remote, obviously, because since the lockdown and stuff, a lot of companies started offering that option, which I mean should have been a thing a long time ago, but you know. Well, one thing that I just refused to apply for again were hospitality jobs. Honestly, I was done. I I I worked a couple. The worst was I'm not going to say which one, but it was a fast food chain, and you can say you can already imagine how awful that was. And it was not because of the co-workers or the managers or anyone in there. Like even the top manager was amazingly chill. Everyone was just chill. It was the mentality was really we're all in hell together. Let's get the unacceptable. Unacceptable. No, that's acceptable. And I'll watch this one as well later. But anyway, the managers were amazing. Even the big boss at that joint was amazing. There were standards for the food and everything. But there was just one problem. And it was that when I get anxious or stressed, I smile, you know? I was telling this lovely person, whose name I don't know yet. Maybe I'll learn it, but obviously I won't say it on camera. What was I saying? Jesus. Oh yeah. Because they mentioned that I don't have a goofy smile, like I think I do, mostly because I was told that I did by my father. Put it in inverse commas because while he is my biological father, I don't even consider him to be alive. Sue me for that. Stone me. Nail me to the cross. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. And he would say that I had a goofy smile and that my laugh, like the sound of it was stupid. But he always wanted me to be smiling. So as I was growing up, I kind of developed this defense mechanism of smiling in the face of stress and anxiety because, put on a happy face. It's not like, the whole Joker thing. It's not like that. But a lot of people have this as a defense mechanism, like, put on a happy face. And because of this, when I was working hospitality, I was always put on till. They sometimes put me in the back, cleaning, assembling the burgers, cooking, what have you. But they would rather have me on till. And that was because they obviously wanted the smiley one until, because I remember that the other people until there were three tills at the fast food joint that I worked. Three tills with people, because there were the digital ones. Maybe this is no, it's not exclusive. It's not exclusive to this one. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not exposing anything. And there's nothing to expose, really. There's nothing to expose because the place was very clean. They were very strict hygiene standards, and they were followed. And I know because I was there. I know that because I was there. And it was a bit another tangent. It was a bit frustrating. This is already getting long. After yesterday, I said, "Yeah, I'm not going to." Blah, blah, blah. But here we are. There was a lot of food that was thrown in the bin that was still perfectly edible, right? Because, burgers don't really go bad. Like the chips or the fries, whatever you want to call them, they do go bad. Like they become rubbery and disgusting when they get cold. So yeah, they were thrown, and sometimes when they stayed for a while and people didn't notice, the assemblers didn't notice that they were cold. People would return and complain that the chips were cold. And then we would have to replace them, and we chuck the cold ones in the bin, along with everything else. But aside from that, for example, the burgers, as I was saying, they were still perfectly edible. Even cold. Right? Because even if for example you are hungry, and a lot of people around there were a lot of homeless people begging in the streets nearby, and it really upset me knowing where I worked. This is one particular case, because this was in a big city, so there were a lot of homeless people. And sometimes they would go in with like a handful of small coins that they'd gathered and ask for the smallest burger or the smallest pack of chips, because that's what they could get with the money that they'd gathered on the street. And I remember asking one of the managers if we couldn't just grab those burgers that were chucked in the bin and take them to keep to the homeless people. Like, we didn't want to take them home because we had employee discounts, so it really didn't make sense to get the cold burgers and stuff. But they said that no, we could not. The policy of the house didn't allow for that. And I was like extremely upset about that. And from that moment on, I kid you not, I seriously kid you not, if I could give people free things, I would. I'm not even joking. I remember that there was this like promo thing, right, where you collected stamps, and then when you collected 6 of them, if I'm not mistaken, you would get a free drink, a free medium drink. But, and you're talking to, or rather, you hearing the person who was on till, I realized that the system didn't care if it was medium, small, or large. Because I accidentally clicked large and it accepted it once. So I was like, oh, really? That's nice to know. So when people came in with the little promo thing with the badges, they would ask for the drink that was promised, and I would look at them like, would you like this in medium or in large? And they would look at me like, I can get it in large, but it says medium. And I would be like, yeah, the machine doesn't care. The machine lets me give you a large one. And they would be like, then I want a large one. And that's how I gave every single person who came in with that badge thingy a large drink. Yeah. Nobody ever knew this. And I don't work there anymore, so if anyone who worked with me at the time is watching this, well, it wasn't your money anyway, so, and it was just a bit more water, regardless. Other things that I did when I wasn't, until I was assembling, which was also interacting with customers, and was also pretty harrowing. I'd say even more harrowing because people were waiting and people would get frustrated, and yeah, we would sometimes get some really nasty, I wouldn't say Karens. It was mostly the kids, the like high school aged kids would come in packs and be nasty to fast food workers, and this was in an era before like tuk-tuk and all that. This particular job, but they were already nasty. I really hated that when they came in packs. But yeah, when I saw an order for small chips, and I saw the person would ask for the chips, I would often realize that it was someone in need, right? And after seeing the amount of fries or chips, what have you, that would go in the bin at the end of the day, I just start, when I saw the order for the small packet thing, I would just grab one of the big ones, chuck it in the bag, roll it, hand it to the person. The person will grab it and be like, and then do this, thinking it was a mistake. And there was one person who did this consistently. And I think that at the first 1 or 2 times, they thought that it was a mistake. But along the way, when they grabbed the chips like this, I looked at them like and did this, and they were like, oh, so it's on purpose. Yeah. I was breaking the system from the inside. And it was really not a big deal. Like, it really wasn't. If you saw the amount of food that would be thrown in the bin at the end of the day, it was just upsetting. It was really upsetting. And as someone who has lived in poverty at different points of my life, it was just unacceptable. Like the mug says, it was unacceptable. And yeah, I just couldn't stand it. I did that, along with the drink thing, and there was also a promotional thing for ice cream, and it allowed you, I think, an extra free. Oh my god, I need to stop this for a second and block my ears because the noise. Yeah, I'm back. I need to plug my ears with the phone plugs. I hope that it's still audible. I feel the sound of my voice, and it feels the same. So yeah, it's actually my sperm donor. That's what I call him, by the way. I refuse to call that piece of shit anything but that. Because that's all he ever was, and all he ever will be. Is this turned to me? Oh, sorry. Ah. There you go. Anyway, yeah. Calming down because his voice really triggers me. Yeah, he still lives in the house. My mom was planning on getting rid of him, but then in 2015 he had a stroke, and my mom, with her martyr complex, decided to keep that shit around for some reason. Even with even old people saying that she should have gotten rid of him, she kept that ungrateful piece of shit around, that ungrateful narcissistic piece of shit around. Yeah, and I will try to keep this under 30 minutes, and with this I guess it's proven that I really do have anger issues, and they're caused by that shit. Anyway, my cover is coming along. I know it looks small, but I am planning on having like a different color border in black. Anyway, and this lovely person was saying that my smile was nice and not stupid, like I think it is. I mean, thanks. It's hard to undo the damage, and I'm sure that more people agree that it's a silly smile, and that the noise I make when I laugh is ridiculous. I obviously won't force it, because then it will sound unnatural. so I won't. They were also asking about music, and here's the thing: I'd filmed, or rather, I'd recorded a video where I went over all my CDs and cassette tapes just to give a taste of what I liked regarding music. And also to say that I am a fan of analog technology, which is what I got when I vanished for the first time today. Oh gosh. Oh golly. It's in a box. Yeah. Oh gosh. Basically, I like all kinds of music because to me, music is about the vibe, so to speak, or rather the mood you're in to listen to a certain type of music. I will start by saying that the first kind of music that I listened to, aside from my grandmother's singing, was classical music because there was a collection in the house, and I have a huge case with all the CDs inside. And that's the first kind of music that I listened to. And along with that, there was some metal and rock from the 80s that belonged to my mum because my sperm donor doesn't like music. And that should tell you everything you need to know about what kind of person he is. But yeah, so this is my go-to. Right now it has the White Christmas CD inside. Yeah, the batteries are still good. That's one thing I like about this kind of technology, is that when the battery dies, you can just get in a shop and buy some new batteries, and then you recycle the old ones. That is the case for the White Christmas CD. I haven't changed it yet because since I go to the library and stuff, I just play the music that I like on the computer there. Yeah, so and when I go to the city, sometimes I take this bad boy, which is even more insane. What's in it? Let's see. Oh, Terra Nostra. Yeah, it's the soundtrack for a soap opera that I watched as a kid. But for the White Christmas, this one I bought myself, and it has some of my some of my favorites from this time. Like I really enjoy old music, like the retirement home. This is already 30 minutes. It's gonna get to the 40 mark as well. That's fine. That's fine. Who cares? It's that old thing. Anyone who doesn't like my voice, my face, anything about this can just click away and find something else that's entertaining. But we have Bing Crosby, Rosemary Clooney, Mahalia Jackson, The Platters, Swan Silverstones, Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells. We have Louis Armstrong, we have Kitty Wells, we have Frank Sinatra and Bing Crosby collaborating with one another. We have the Gospel Clefts. We have a collaboration between Bing Crosby and Rosemary Clooney. And yeah, those are the artists that are featured in this one. I also have this one. It's a Bob Dylan CD. Tangled Up in Blues, and it says this ain't no tribute. It features a lot of people, including the band. I'm not sure if this will ring a bell with anyone who isn't into the rock and roll blues scene, but the band was a band that accompanied Chuck Berry, and they also worked with other artists, and they didn't really have a name, so they just became known as the band. Yeah, I also have this. Will it flip to the right side and show what this is? Yeah. The complete recordings of Robert Johnson, and I also have some Muddy Waters tracks. Muddy Waters would not have liked this because he didn't like Robert Johnson. He was like, I don't want anything to do with that, because Robert Johnson was that one singer was famous, or rather infamous, for allegedly doing a pact with the devil, which, yeah, that's a lot of baloney. I did my dissertation on music, specifically this African American music, and I argued that the blues is universal, which is something that I tend to do. I like to connect everything. Some of my professors don't like that, but I just can't help doing that. And here's the thing. I argued that the blues is the bedrock for modern pop music, and the blues gave birth to soul, jazz, rock and roll, which is basically electrified blues, and unlike what my professor said, it's not electric guitar blues is not white blues. That's the most insane and racist thing I've ever had to hear, and it was during the defense of my dissertation, so I was just stunned into silence, especially because she kept speaking over me. It's not white blues. I didn't read that anywhere, and I don't even know what prompted her to say that, because electric guitar blues was started by people such as Sister Rosetta Tharpe and Muddy Waters and John Lee Hooker and other black people. Like, sure, in the 60s, white musicians were connected with the civil rights movement, popularized the genre and did covers of some old songs, like Robert Johnson's songs were very popular at the time, with musicians such as, I think Eric Clapton has a version of Sweet Home Chicago. But it's not white blues. Like, what the hell? What in the name of the Lord? And Sister Rosetta Tharpe, for example, is one of the pioneers for the way that the electric guitar is played nowadays. She invented techniques that are still in use today, and a lot of people don't know that a black woman was the inventor of those techniques. Yeah. But for me, yeah, music is one of those things. I listen to anything. I like pop, like bubblegum pop. I like classic pop. I like blues, the classic blues, and like what a lot of people think, blues isn't just sad music. Blues is love songs, like Sweet Home Chicago is a blues song. Is that a sad song? No. John Lee Hooker, he was a blues singer. Did he sing sad songs? Sometimes. But some of his most famous, like Boom Boom, is not a sad song. It's a love song. And it's very suggestive. A lot of blues songs were suggestive in that way. And yeah. Yes, I have a lot of cassette tapes. Let's get my... Oh look, I have a Pink Floyd tape. Where's my boy? Little Richard is one of my favorites from the rock and roll scene, if not the favorite. I also like Buddy Holly, but he doesn't have a lot of stuff since the day the music died. Yeah. He doesn't have a lot of stuff. But Little Richard, like my professor would say, the one I nicked the book from, if Little Richard had been white and pun straight, nobody would have ever heard of Elvis. And this is not to say that Elvis didn't have talent. Point blank, that is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that Elvis was taught to sing and dance by black people because he grew up poor in a black neighborhood. right, and sure, he was not an activist, but he was also not racist. And I don't think, at least I don't think he was racist. And he always gave, at least, or his label, I don't know if he had any role in that, but they always gave credit to the original writers of the songs that he covered. Like, Jailhouse Rock, I think, was written by someone else's name I forget. Sorry. Hound Dog was written by a black woman. And I forget the name as well. I am really, really sorry. My memory is not stellar. But yeah, catch me listening to the Retirement Home best ofs. Like, check out the vibe. Bananarama, you know. There's a lot of stuff. I also have a Bing Crosby. I also have a Paul McCartney one. But I have a Bing Crosby. Here he is. Let me see if there's anything. There's You Are My Sunshine. Yeah. And in the Little Richard one, there's a bunch of songs that maybe someone was vaguely familiar with classic rock and roll will recognize, like Long Tall Sally, Good Golly Miss Molly, yeah, which is something that I say still. There's Lucille. There's the classic Tutti Frutti. And others that I don't think will be as recognizable. But yeah. Where's in this box I also put some of my incense. This one is empty. I just kept the package so that I could remember. This one is coconut. Put that there. And let's see if I can unplug my ears. I think I can. Oh my god, finally. These are not as invasive. But worry not, because I did get the new pack of foam plugs. And so I will continue this, and hopefully I'll have it ready by the end of today. So that I can put it up for sale along with the book. I mean, the book is up for sale, but nobody's picking it up because it's a hot mess. And well, If you wanted a long video, here's this. Hope that you are well, homie, and you, and you, and you, and you, anyone watching this, and anyone who sticked around until the end, whatever you're doing. If you're just playing this in the background to have some random noise, I hope you're well. And this is all, and it's more than enough. It's even longer than yesterday. I really take my threats seriously, but yeah, that's all, and that's enough. But I'll be back, and that is a threat. Bye bye.